Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name's Rochelle, and I'm here to do a reading for fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Wherever you might have those in your chart, we all have them somewhere. So this could be for you. That's my intention. And my readings are also timeless. So most of them. So when you catch this, is the right time for you. I'm going to be choosing 3 cards from Wisdom of the Oracle and Wisdom. No. Yes. What is it? Yeah, it is wisdom. I got it right. And then I'll be clarifying with some other decks. So let's find out what's going on for our fire signs. Let's start with Milk and Honey. Woo! What a good card to start with. This is all about enjoying the finer things in life. Um, Potentially you've worked hard. You've put in a lot of effort, and now you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You get to just kind of luxuriate in whatever it is that you enjoy luxuriating in. Taking a nice long bath. Um, making yourself a really yummy, nourishing meal, going for a walk. I mean, whatever it is that feels good to you, where you are able to take time for yourself and enjoy this place of abundance and all the all the good things. And with the face up here in the sky, oh, you can see that. Yeah. um it's like you're being watched over. The universe has your back and is rewarding you for whatever you have done to get yourself to this place. And breathe in protection, which is a card of needing to get your butt up off the couch. Like, do your luxuriating and do the things that you need to do, but also make sure that it's not just like getting lost on your phone, on social media. Like, this is speaking to like losing momentum, inertia, laziness, apathy, just kind of like um it's needing to physically get grounded through moving your body, through going outside, getting some fresh air, um breathe, really getting into taking those breaths. Those very important breaths that sustain us more than anything else. And flexible in protection, which is really emphasizing needing to be flexible, knowing that things don't always work out the way you expect, the way you hope, the way you plan. It is a part of life. It is just something that the more you can embrace this kind of energy, um, the easier things are, because it's knowing when to sway like the tree in the storm, where rather than being really rigid and needing things to be a certain way. Um, hmm. Makes me think that this place of being enjoying the good things in life come this place being in this place, it comes from doing these things where you are physically moving your body, you're keeping yourself in that place of being connected to who you are. So often in sort of spiritual traditions, it's all about transcending the body, getting out of being human, getting away from the ego. You know, like, it's very much like this thing about yeah, not trying to negate being human somehow. But I mean, we're human for a reason. That's the point. We're supposed to be having this experience. We're supposed to be feeling what we're feeling. And, um, sometimes we do have these big feelings that descend upon us that we're just like, oh God, what do I do? How do I navigate this? And it can really put us in this place of feeling stuck. And it's like the point is to feel what you feel and acknowledge all of it. um know that it's all a part of the journey that you're on, that if you're here right now, this is what you need to do, but don't let it stop you. You learn from it, and if you are stuck up in your head and you're like, I'm just gonna like sit here and not do anything because I don't know what to do, get moving, whatever that means to you. If you can, get outside. Go for a walk in nature. I plan to do this myself today. But if it's even just like getting up and like, I don't know, do some vacuuming or um, you know, like go through some stuff or have a dance party in your living room, like whatever it is. Make it something that feels good, that's nourishing to you, that's going to help you in the long run, that's going to help your future self, because our future self always has to do that reckoning with the decisions that our past self has made. So be in the moment, think about like when you get to that future point, are what's gonna make you look back and be like, yeah, go me. Like, I'm so glad I did that thing. I'm so glad I meditated. I'm so glad I went for a walk. I'm so glad I, you know, um, went with the flow in this particular situation or, anyway, let's go to the good tarot. What does the good tarot have to say? Good tarot. Give us some clarification. We've got the moon. I got this. This card showed up for earth signs as well yesterday. So maybe you're right, because earth and fire, are earth and fire next to each other? Yeah, because Leo and then Virgo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Haha. Yeah, so you could be on the cusp. You could have some earth in your chart as well. Feel free to check out that reading. But ultimately, this is seeing beyond the veil. This is seeing the beyond the illusion of something. What about that? Page of water. Kind of thinking, because this is a card of like feeling it's childlike optimism and wanting to play and just have a good time and luxuriate in the things that make you feel good. And so next to this moon card, it seems like it's understanding that there's so much more to life than just the things we have on our to-do list. On We need to be productive and you know um get things done and do things in a certain way, and it's like, no, like sometimes you just need to like go skipping down the street just because it's fun, just to be silly, to try things that feed your soul, feed that child inside, that embarrass embarrass a certain part of yourself, but then another part of yourself is like, yeah, like who cares what other people think, I'm just being me and having fun. And the sun, wow, this energy is leading you to this place of happiness and fulfillment and abundance. some kind of enlightenment, understanding things in a new way that is really supportive and beautiful, shining, letting that, and with the moon and the sun, it's like the sun comes along and lights up anything that was in the shadows, that, from the past, from before. Oh, it's good. It's very sweet. I like this. Okay, let's look at the Oracle Tarot. You got the star, the moon, the sun, and the star. You've got the whole cosmos on your side. Hope, inspiration, and nature. Yeah, get your butt outside and go go somewhere that feels natural. What else do you say? Doing something that you just that lifts your spirits, makes you want to dance, makes you want to skip and play. I mean, she is kind of looks like she's skipping there. Hmm. And cash flow. It's that card of doing the things. Do one thing, do another. Finding the balance in life, in doing what feels good, being productive. Yes, I do not mean to imply that you should not be productive or take those consistent steps forward to get where you want to go, but always bringing yourself back to you, back to what feels good, back to what brings you hope and inspiration. Self-care is so important. And I just there's someone who was just mentioning that it feels self-care feels selfish, as if it's a bad thing, because you gotta always be showing up for other people, your kids, your spouse, your boss, everybody else who needs you. And I think this is such a pervasive um attitude that we have in so many of our cultures, where it's like, no, like, you must deny yourself. And this is very much a thing. A lot of religions kind of follow this thinking as well. You have to deny yourself the things you want, deny your body, and deny yourself for the good of others. And it's like, well, but then you show up having denied yourself, therefore you are drained and potentially empty. What good is that for anyone? What do you have to give now? You're already running on empty. When you take the time for yourself, you are rejuvenating yourself. You're charging those batteries, filling yourself back up. And then you have enough to give to, whatever, whoever in your life that needs it. And it's not, I think that the whole idea of being selfish, it's it comes from, I think, where sometimes people will do things at the expense of others, and just like, it's more like self-serving. Whereas, and I don't even know if that's the right term to use, but it's like, yeah, like caring for yourself at the expense of others, rather than caring for yourself because you want to be able to give more to others. That's pretty much the distinction there. Okay, so let me get one more. Um, and Two of Cups. Loving union and teamwork. Loving union with yourself. Because the more you care and love yourself, care for and love yourself, the more you're able to attract that kind of behavior from others. We are always magnetizing things to ourselves. It is the law of attraction. It's just how it works. And so, if you don't like what you see in your world, what's being reflected back to you, it's about going within, Where do you need to make those changes within yourself? And guaranteed, 100% it goes back to how you care for yourself, how much you love yourself. And then, you know, some good things start coming in. Those people that support you, that are on the same page, that you can work with, um, and collaborate with, build beautiful things with. So let's go to the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle deck. The horse, accepting help from another and delegating authority. Yeah, this is not a solo journey that you're on. That really none of us. I mean, we're not supposed to. We are social beings. We're supposed to be relying on one another. And I think now, especially in our world, we so many of us have come to this place of realizing how important connection really is, having been so isolated from one another for so long. And so, accepting help from another, being flexible enough, adaptable enough to grow and change as other people bring in their perspective, their ideas and understanding. Enjoy. Oh my god. What? This is awesome. Happiness, joy, happy, joy, joy. Yep, all things. Um, Finding that balance, doing what you love and what feels good to you, and still putting in the effort to get where you want to go. It's all so sweet. Oh my god! And then we got love, 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 true love. Yeah. This is once again bringing that love right back to yourself, and then miraculously you will start to see that in the world around you. Joy and love. My goodness. This is so cool. I am in love with this reading. Okay, so let's look at the Dreaming Way Tarot. Dreaming Way Tarot. Eight of Pentacles, focusing on yourself, focusing on building your skills and your knowledge, and this is you making effort towards something that feels really good, that brings you a lot of joy, that you love, that you're inspired by. You put the effort in, and then you get to like have your bath at the end of the day and be like, I did really well. I did. I put some effort in, and I'm happy with where I got. And maybe you didn't get as far as you hoped you would, but you still took those steps. It's all about maintaining the momentum. 10 of Wands. Yeah, I think this is where you are releasing releasing a burden that's been keeping you feeling stuck. That's This burden is what has kept you feeling apathetic and like, ugh, like I just don't want to do this anymore. When we're at that place where we're just so overwhelmed by whatever, we're not inspired. And it's time to just drop it. Drop the burden. Is it worth it? Maybe it is to you. Maybe you're like, no, I've spent all this time getting myself to this point where I have all the things. I just need to go a little bit further. I just need to get the one more thing. And, you know, it's different for everyone. You need to decide. But no matter what kind of burden you are carrying, know that you're going to have to drop it eventually. You're going to have to let a cycle close out so that you can have this time to rest, time to just enjoy how hard you have worked. And the High Priestess. Yeah, being connected very deeply connected to your intuition, to that person inside, to your higher power. I always say this, but our inspiration, our intuition is a direct link to our higher power. And it's when you're in tune with that, you are allowing yourself to be led. You're being flexible with what the universe is throwing your way. And you're like willing to pivot and shift as you need to. And the high priestess has nothing to prove. She doesn't try to explain anything to anyone. She keeps things to herself and just does what she does because of the love and the joy that she feels for it. I was just looking at the love and joy cards again. This is certainly where you're at. Your your explanation to anyone is just you being you and being fully um, content, happy, joyful with where you're at, whatever that looks like. So, no, I want to I want to pull out my Guardian Tarot, my new deck. I love this deck so much. All right, Guardian Tarot, what do you have to say about all this? Ooh, Magician. I love it. The Magician has the Ouija board here. Um, having it speaks to me of having the tools you need to connect to your higher power. The tools, in this case, it's kind of outside of yourself, but it's a way to lead you back to the higher realms, the deeper realms. Well, I don't know, however you want to say it, but um it makes me think of like, meditation, for example, is a great way to go within to connect. Like just for me, like doing these readings is one of my ways, one of my tools. Always bringing me back to myself. Somehow you are alchemically changing your world within, and then it's being reflected out in your outer world, reflected back to you. So let me see what the book has to say. When this card appears in a reading, it can signify that you are able to harness this energy. You may seem to just know the bigger picture, and the words you say may not seem to make sense to you, but do make sense to the person hearing them. Through your actions, you are able to offer insight to a situation and bring peace. So, yeah, I mean, very much like what I was saying with doing this reading. It's like sometimes I'm reading the cards and I'm like, this is confusing. This doesn't really make sense. And then people will be like, oh my God, that's spot on. And it's like, it might not, what's coming out of you might not make sense to you, but it's going to make sense to someone. And it could be vice versa also, that what you're doing doesn't make sense to anyone else, but it makes sense to you. That's all that really matters. All right. Let's pick another card. We've got the Knight of Swords. Very fast, the quickest moving knight of the deck. Knights are always about being on a mission. What is this, though? The Knight of Swords indicates that you need to contemplate the direction life has taken and your choices that need to be made, surrounded by only that which brings you peace and comfort. That's right. That's right. Be willing to dig in and work for what you desire most. Bam. There it is. Yep. And Four of Wands. Aww. Oh, this is so cool. This is like, the Four of Wands is like this, feeling of long-term commitment, of connection with others. Um, that it's I'm just gonna read from the book because what else can I say? Makes me so happy. Um, there are some things in life that are eternal. They touch the very core of our being and never leave. It can be that one person who stands out above all else, that one moment when love shone through the chaos. When love shone through the chaos. It is a deeper feeling, an eternal fire that once it occurs, there is no denying. It is life changing. Embrace and accept that true love of every degree can and does exist. Celebrate in the existence. We'll just bring this right back to you. That love exists within you. You you are made up of love. All the particles, everything that is you comes back to that. Okay, so let's finish off with a rune card. Final cherry on top, rune card. Ooh, Hagalaz. Weathering the storm. Very much being that tree. The tree in the storm where you're very rooted in who you are and what's important to you, but you're also willing and able to bend as you need to. Bend and sway. Um, let's look at the book. All right, where is Hagalaz? Ah, there you are. Okay. Meaning hailstone and disruption. Hagalaz means hail or stone and is closely associated with the unpredictability of nature, which can cause widespread disruption. Nature is a force we cannot tame despite our best efforts. This rune suggests that crisis is taking over in some area of your life, or at least threatening to take over, and there's little you can do about it but wait and see where the dust settles. Yeah, I feel like this is bringing us back to these two cards where there's some kind of impending crisis is either upon you or is coming, and rather than letting it take you down, you you keep going, you keep breathing, you get physical, and you learn to adapt. Whatever disruption you are dealing with in your life is beyond your control, but what you can control is your reaction to it. If you can be patient, stay detached, and remain calm, you will weather the storm and may just find that the unwanted shakeup has given you an unexpected and liberating new perspective, insight, or direction. It may also remind you that sometimes things happen in our lives that we cannot explain, but these things are amazing opportunities for personal awakening and growth, which is what leads you to the land of milk and honey, to all the love, all the joy, these beautiful connections. I mean, happiness, abundance, all the good things. Oh my God, I don't have enough hands for all of this. Following your inspiration. It's great. It's beautiful. I'm going to leave it there. Wow. Thank you so much for joining me. What a beautiful reading. Seriously. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you on the next video. And thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing.